all you can do is sit in the aircraft seat, and if you can't go to sleep, you just become seriously depressed. So Bartolome Bonk, 2015 kilo increase, take him up to 371. And again, he should really be able to do this. He clean and jerk 208 in the Europeans.
That's better. Yeah, got that together.
He's getting it together now, but it's unfortunately all a little bit too late. But I suppose you could say beginning to put some respectability into the performance. But 387 in the Europeans, 371 at this particular moment. It's a long way back. Breton opening up on 202. This for 372 if he makes it. And again, this is well within his compass. Yeah, that's fine. Good clean, no fuss and bother. Couldn't finish it off though. And I think there was a suspicion of a press out anyway.
Yes, only got one snatch.
It's going to be quite interesting, I think, David. You know, we're talking about, you know, the aggressiveness of the World Anti-Doping Agency to really stamp down, not just on weightlifting, but on all sports. Because, you know, weightlifting is not an isolated offender by any means. But quite interesting, in a couple of years, 2008, the European Championships are going to be in Italy. And that'll be the last qualifier for the Europeans. And of course, in Italy, as you may remember from the cycling, if you are found to be guilty there, it's subject to criminal prosecution. That might concentrate a few minds.
The whole sort of drug thing, it's all skewed though, isn't it? Our thinking's all skewed. I mean, I don't know what kids growing up think, but you know, in one breath they're moaning about drug abuse, and you know, in the next breath you've got people drinking excessive amounts of alcohol and smoking excessive amounts of cigarettes. I mean, I was in the supermarket the other day and I bought a packet of aspirins and a packet of ibuprofen, and they said you can have one or the other, you can't have both. Yet I could have had 500 cigarettes, 20 bottles of vodka. I mean, it's all, the thinking is skewed, isn't it?
Was it a very bad? Was it a very bad headache?
It's a very bad headache. Yeah.
Or did you just have a horrible post bag that morning?
No, but I mean, you know, on a serious note, though, you're not giving out. The messages are mixed, aren't they? They're not. There's no consistency with it.
Well, that was a bit of a struggle, but he's there. 202. Second time of asking. 372 total.
Yes, I don't think we've got the right men in this group, though, have we? I think there's at least 3 men from the B group that should be lifting here, and at least 3 men from this group that should have been in the B group. In fact, there's 10 men in this class. There probably should have actually been 8.
I think, though, that, you know, I hate to bang on about it, but you know, conditions are having an effect, and I just wonder whether, you know, a lot of sports I know, David, you know, team managers take charge. They go out the year before, they make a real assessment of the hall, the facilities, the climate and everything else. This sport doesn't tend to do that very much. It just tends to, right, the championships are in Santo Domingo, we'll turn up on the appropriate date. And I just wonder whether a lot of people have been caught out here by the fact that they haven't really acclimatized. They've got on a plane in the normal way, they've arrived, and boom, suddenly they're into this very different,
Well, some of the stuff is so basic. What is the temperature like? Do you have air conditioning?
Yeah,
very basic. I mean, that's a simple question. It's a telephone conversation. Things like the size of the hall, the position of the spectators to the lifters, the lighting. I mean, these are all very, very basic things, and they're not even a trip. That's a telephone conversation.
Yeah, but even knowing down to the detail of where's the hotel, how long is the bus journey from the hotel to get into the venue, where's the training hall?
The training hall in comparison to the venue.
Yeah. Wow. Kozilov, who finished on 172 on the snatch, now 205, first attempt at the clean and jerk, and that's gone west, so to speak, at the moment, and we're struggling really for somebody to come in here and take a grip. So Navarro. Weighed in at 93.20, so 205, this for 375. That's still 17 kilos short of the man who currently leads the competition, and that wasn't easy. But strong enough overhead, thank goodness. 375 for Jose Navarro, and that equals the total that he produced in Poland over the last Easter holidays. So the men here in this A medal final, he's the leader, but not the leader of the overall competition. So now Albert Kozilov back out to try again at 205. Well, one more failure, David, and he doesn't get a total. He was lifting for Russia.
Actually, to be fair, with all the people that are doing very, very badly, it's got to be to do with the conditions here as well. This humid hall is definitely affecting performances.
I was going to say he was competing for Russia until last season, so Georgia, his newly adopted country, and now bonk. Third attempt, 5 kilos.
Got 4 kilos. I did 201, so 205. So this for 3 clean and jerks, and a total of 375. Well, looks good to me.
Yeah, that's fine. 375. But there are 4 men who produced a better total than he did earlier on. And I think maybe, David, the other factor is that the heat of the afternoon, which is what we're experiencing now, as opposed to the slightly cooler morning in which the B group lifted. So again, there's another factor.
And of course, if you chose an air-conditioned hall, that wouldn't be a factor at all.
But lots of sports, David, you know, all sorts of sports have different situations. You know, some from time to time will compete at altitude, some will have hotter climates. You know, championships, you take the sport around the world.
Sorry, but this is weightlifting. This is inside. The environment is controlled and can be controlled very, very easily. So it doesn't need to be a factor. The fact is that the organisation. That was good.
Yeah, good recovery. Saves the day. So 2:05.172. So that's 3:77. Mind you, could have held it outside. I've often thought that this sport would attract a bigger crowd, to be honest, if you took it to the people by the beach and everything else. And if you've got the climate for it, you could still have the outdoor stage and a marquee erected behind. And
many years ago, in fact, probably 20 years ago, actually, in fact, even more than 20 years ago, I actually competed in a championship in Spain, and it was held in the town centre, where they had a sort of amphitheatre type, you know, with a sort of ring in the middle and the steps going up all around, and we had a competition in there, and it was packed. The atmosphere was fantastic.
Yeah, I often think, you know, taking it to this sort of rather clinical sports hall environment. I mean, we did the team competition in Reykjavik in the supermarket Smaralind last May, and again, absolutely packed, great environment, and a lot of people who don't normally see weightlifting, you know, found it very enjoyable. Nobody left. You know, it was 2 hours and 20 minutes, nobody left.
But to be fair, David, you locked all the doors, didn't you?
No, actually, we had the support of TGI Fridays and Burger King, so we were feeding them at the same time. No, it was a good little innovative competition. I really liked it. Nations competition worked well, went down.
Whose idea was that then, being a sort of good innovative competition?
Well, there were 2 or 3 of us who put our heads together. A lot of people don't know the lifters, and that's perfectly understandable, but of course they know the countries, and that gives them something immediately to support and attach onto. And everybody, the 5 countries, the Nordic countries involved, were yo-yoing up and down in the order, and so that was really unpredictable until the last round of lifts. Now Navarro getting a lot of support in the hall here.
And responding to it well.
Yeah, that's better.
So 2:08 for him. Simon 3:78.
It's an quite a lot of the lifters just at the last moment beginning to, as it were, almost tune in to the platform and the conditions, and we're starting to see 1 or 2 better performances, but unfortunately the damage has been done. They are so far behind from the first half. But this competition is not over. We've still got to find a champion, and here comes the experienced Vadim Vakarchuk. 2:08 for his second attempt. And he opened up on
2:08, failed it. So he's only actually made 1 lift out of 4 so far.
Never caught that on his shoulders. Never caught it.
1 lift out of 5, and like so many people in this competition, he's put in that awful position of having to get the next lift to make a total.
So we've got Navarro has finished on 3:78. We've got Bonk, who's finished on 3:75, and Kuzilov on 3:77. And not one of those 3 will figure in the medals, that's for sure. So Bratan now going to 2:08. Now he's on 3:72 at the moment, so let's take him to 3:78. Weighed in at 93.86, so he wouldn't actually get ahead of Navarro even if he lifts this. Which he does, thank goodness.
Well, I'm not sure.
You don't think so?
No, I don't know. Depends. I mean, the refereeing is inconsistent.
Well, the jury could overrule here. One of the problems we've had is when they do overrule. Oh, right. Okay, take us through it, David.
Well, if you look at the right arm, just look at the right arm, you could argue that it was a, well...
Sadly.
Yeah, I was going to say you could argue it's a press out, but for some reason we're looking at the legs, which means nothing.
So we're going to give him 3-7-8 at the moment. Now Vakachuk.
If he doesn't get this, he doesn't make a total.
I thought he got 1-6-7.
Yeah, but he hasn't done a clean and jerk yet.
Oh no, I see what you mean. Yes, of course.
And I'm not sure he's going to get one now. Looks very heavy. Well.
So another one bites the dust.
Bites the dust. No total.
So that's Vakachuk, and also Patotsky, and of course Dobrev, who we haven't seen. Dobrev, I wonder whether Dobrev's actually going to bother.
I don't think he is. I don't think we're going to see him. I think he wandered off that platform. There was no fight in him. Nothing. He just looked depressed and uninterested, really.
So the two men we chose, David, if we've done nothing else, at least we've chosen the two men who've vaguely produced some competitive lifts here, which is Kalechki and Ilya Ilin. Ilya Ilin carrying my fiver well. We could be back to even Stephen with the last day to go, you know.
Build it up.
Dave versus David. So Hernandez on 210. Now this would take him straight to 380. And he's got a possible 388 as a PB. 388 though, David, I'm afraid. If everybody else copped out and failed, then that would leave him with a bronze medal.
No, this is going to put him on 380.
No, I'm saying if he got 388, which was his personal best.
Right. Yeah.
This is 380. You're absolutely right. Good and strong. Yeah.
Well, it's a good lift.
Yeah.
The most impressive clean and jerk we've seen so far.
Thank goodness. You were making the point that you were really impressed with the leg strength of all the Cubans. In the genes?
I think it's a genetic.
Yeah.
Something's a genetic. I mean, I've seen them in the gym doing squats, and I've never seen a Cuban that can't do squats with immense weights. I've never seen a Cuban struggle to stand up with a clean. They just seem to have unbelievable power in the legs. So maybe it's maybe it is a race thing. Maybe it's a genetic thing. Yeah, maybe it's a race thing. Because it seems to be across the board.
Navarro sitting on 378 at the moment. Got one more lift to try and make. He's got 2 out of 2 in the clean and jerk, and he only missed 1 in the snatch phase, so it's not a bad little series, although it's not a real competitive series in terms of going for the medals, but it's not too bad. And one actually has to look at Santiago Martinez, his teammate, who lifted in the B group and totaled up 370. So they made the right judgment there, the Spanish. They've got the right man in the right group.
Well, this for 381. This will give him, but it certainly won't be giving him a medal, because as we know, 3 men in the B group did more than that.
This is a personal best. 211's a personal best for him. So fingers crossed he can do this.
So in contrast, the leg strength of the Spanish
not sufficient on this occasion.
No.
Well, of course he is lifting considerably more than double body weight, which is worth emphasizing. These are big weights, but 211, world record 232. Sofia European Championships, Bulgaria 2000. Just trying to we were there, David. I'm just trying to
Well, this
See if I can conjure a picture.
Look at what's happening.
Kolechki
was in at 2:20, and he's brought it right down to 2:12, I believe.
Well, that,
look at the bar.
Well, that would give him 385.
2:14. So
14. Okay.
So it's come down to 6 kilos.
So this would be. Let me work this out. 387 if he does it. Now the significance of that is that there are 3 men on 392, 391 and 385. That would have put him in, for the moment, into the bronze medal position.
I think my fiver's on the way out.
You're not going to make me the similar offer to last night that I was kind enough to offer you?
Well, what, at this stage? No. You offered it to me at the beginning of the competition, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to be fair about these things.
Yeah.
But it was, it was worth a try. I mean, you had to ask. But he's in all sorts of trouble here. 6 kilos less. The warm-up obviously didn't go well. Struggled out of the clean, and then just didn't get the hips through on the jerk. Left the, I mean, we can't see it because we've got a close-up, but left the hips behind the bar, didn't get underneath it, and you can't support the weight unless you're underneath it.
It is extraordinary, though, David. If you think back to Sydney, we were talking about it last night. Sydney 2000. Kolechki finishes the snatch phase on 182.5 kilos. This is Sydney 2000 Olympics. Kakashvilis has got 185 and has got obviously a 2.5 kilo advantage and is the lighter of the 2 men. We go into the clean and jerk. Kakashvilis does 220. Kolechki does 222.5. And at that point, Kolechki has regained the 2.5 kilos that he was down. Suddenly Kakashvilis decides that he's injured, can't go on. Kolechki puts on 227.
No, he didn't actually. He didn't let them know he was injured.
No.
He just kept pushing the bar up.
Yeah.
So Kolechki kept putting the bar up. There was no way he was coming out for another attempt. It was purely tactics.
Yeah, and 227.5 went on the bar for the second attempt to Kolechki.
And he didn't need it.
And he didn't get it. And he could have had a third attempt, but he never took it. And they both ended up on 405, and bodyweight decided the medal. And I wonder when he must have thought about it long and hard now, those winter evenings, about how that was his chance to become an Olympic champion, and it wasn't managed, it wasn't taken.
I'll tell you what, this man,
the Cuban,
is more dangerous than we thought.
380, but he's got to get, if he's got 380, you're saying
he needs to go to 216. I think if he can get 216, he could be in with a chance of a medal.
A medal, but not necessarily the gold medal.
Oh, definitely not the gold medal, but a medal. Well, I'm wondering if he's actually taken this, or if he's got to wait for Kolechki to go out again on 214.
Yeah, it's interesting. Also, Ilya Ilin was due to join in around this time at about 2:15 as well. I hope he's not going to make the mistake of overestimating, and a little rush and run now, because the time's running out now for the Cuban. 8 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3. Whoa!
No. Just didn't have time to. No, he was right. That is 216. That's exactly the weight he needs to go into the bronze medal position. So Kolechki, obviously deciding to not go back out on the 214, has increased the weight,
and that's what probably confused the issue, because everybody thought that he probably would go out on 214. Decided that he wouldn't.
Yeah, so essentially timed the Cuban out, really.
Yeah. The Cubans weren't alert to. Well, we were talking about tactics just a few minutes ago in Sydney, and Kolechki, as we've said, no stranger, but he was the victim of the tactics on that occasion. So Dobrev hasn't appeared. Dobrev, who was posted at 2:05, so I think we can safely say, although we've had no message from the back room, that Dobrev is not going to take any part in this. So Dobrev and also Vakachuk and Patotsky, that's 3 who've failed to total. So what's the tactic now, David? I mean, this is interesting. He's 2:16.
Well, I think he's going to take the 2:16 again, which will put him into the third.
That'll be 2:86. Well, yeah, but that's only third place at this moment.
At this moment, yeah.
Because the fact is that Ilya Ilin comes out and he doesn't get a medal.
But you can only do what you can do.
Well, 2:16 is right on his personal best.
Well, the other thing is, though, that the biggest lift in the B group on the clean and jerk, though, was actually 2:15. So this would put him in the lead on the clean and jerk. And really, there's only then 2 people that could actually go ahead of him. So he'd be guaranteed a medal on the clean and jerk.
Yeah, I was just thinking, actually, he's done better than 2:16. This man. He did 2:20 last year in Qatar, but... So I'll take back my PB note of a moment ago. But as you say, this for the lead in the clean and jerk.
Yes, and good lift.
Yeah. So 386 is his total. Currently, he's in the overall bronze medal position, behind Roman Konstantinov of Russia, behind Mukhama Sozayev of Russia, who are still leading by 392 and 391, but Piliev of the Ukraine, who had 385, has now been surpassed by a kilo by this man who leads the clean and jerk, is in the gold medal position in the clean and jerk. And then there are 2 men, Konstantinov on 2:15 and Sozayev on 2:15. And Soziev is the lighter of the 2, so he's currently in clean and jerk silver. But this could change everything. Well, not everything, but it could start to change a lot.
Well, this is the lead, isn't it, on the clean and jerk and the total by virtue of lighter body weight. Oh, it's very, very powerful on the clean and jerk. 18 years of age, look at that. Unbelievable.
392?
Yeah. And it was easy. I mean, that was comfortable.
392. He weighed in at 93 kilos 26 and 93 kilos 77 Konstantinov. So he look at
the strength of this.
So he takes the championship and has 2 lifts left. The junior world champion of this year at 94 kilos, last year's world senior champion at 85 kilos. Kazakhstan have got themselves a world title thanks to this man, and frankly, he doesn't have to do anything else. Mr. Morgan does. He has to put the fiver back in the jar.
Even Stevens.
I mean, Kalechki's still got 2 lifts, but it doesn't look as if it will. Is it going to happen? He's still entitled to go for this, but...
Well, it's not over till it's over.
No.
I mean, Kalechki's got to do what? He's 2 kilos and body weight behind, so he's got to do 3 kilos more. So if he actually did 220, he would actually go into the lead, wouldn't he?
Yeah. But we've called this guy, or I've called this guy the world champion, because I don't think Kalechki's going to do that. I think he might have a go at it. 217. There's no point in going for 217. He's got to go straight for 2.
Well, there is, because it will give him a clean
and jerk.
Clean and jerk.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, he's. I think he's not. I don't think he is. I think he's
219.
I'm just trying to think what the logic behind this is. I guess this is a silver medal overall, and the gold on the clean and jerk.
Yeah. Because he is heavier than Ilin.
Yeah, so this would give him this would put him into the silver medal position overall, and the gold medal in the clean and jerk.
The European champion promoted to the gold medal by virtue of the disqualification of Pashayev of Azerbaijan. No.
It's just the strength's just not there, is it?
No. 3 times European champion, world silver medalist in '99, Olympic silver medalist. It's never quite happened for him. So at the moment, he hasn't got a total.
Well, at the moment, he hasn't got a medal. Even the 173 snatch isn't enough for a medal. So at the moment, he's got nothing. Just all he does have is 1 attempt left. And that 1 attempt could give him the silver overall.
So Ilya Ilin on 392, by virtue of lighter body weight, leading ahead of Roman Konstantinov of Russia, who's also got 392. And then Muhammad Sozayev 391. That's the gold, silver and bronze overall positions at the moment. In the clean and jerk, it's Ilya Ilin on 217, and then it's Sozayev on 215 by virtue of his lighter body weight ahead of Konstantinov, his Russian teammate. So a minute to go for, got to be 219 again. It can't really be anything else, can it?
219. So this for a silver medal on the overall. I'm guessing a silver medal on the total, because I'm sure that Ilin will do more. I mean, that 217 was very comfortable. Now, what is the world record? The world record is 232. I wonder if Ilin's capable of that.
So this is for what, 373? No, sorry, what am I talking about? 392. 392, yeah.
Ah, well, it's halfway. Oh, well done. Well done. You got to give it to him.
Yeah.
Came from absolutely nowhere.
Well, it came from very, very deep down.
So guaranteed the silver overall.
And he's in the gold medal position in
the clean and jerk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So 392. Kolechki weighed in at 93.61. Konstantinov 93.77. So he drops down to the bronze medal now. And the man who's lost his overall medal is Muhammad Sozayev of Russia. But of course, in the snatch division, he's got a medal because he had 176 kilos. So he's going to appear on the podium. That's a huge effort.
Well, that was an all or nothing if ever I've seen one.
First Polish medal.
So what's going to happen? Are we going to see a world record attempt, or are we just going to see him take 220 to take the clean and jerk gold? And
well, I think
gold?
For me that would be the sensible thing to do. But
where are we? 223. Now what's the junior? The junior.
Well, the junior.
He's done 225, hasn't he?
So 223 would give him a total of what? 89398. That's still 14 kilos short of the junior world total record. The clean and jerk record is still 232 because Kolechki said it when he was a junior. So 398. Just trying to look at Ilin. He did 401 in the junior worlds. Well, he did 225. He did 176, 225 for 401.
So I'm just wondering what the bar's going up to now. Well, the 25s are going on, so more than, well, at least 225.
So just buying a little time.
So we're either going to be just a shade under or just a shade in excess of £500. It looks as if he's going for 225. So this will be the 400 that he posted.
Yeah.
No, it's going for more. 228.
So
So this will be a personal record.
Well, I'm just having a look at this because I think this is the junior world.
No, he's
junior.
not. No, he's not. He's going for 2:33.
Oh my God. 2:33 is going for the clean and jerk world record. Now, if you add that to the 175, that would be that would be 4:08. So this is the clean and jerk world record, junior and no.
I think he'll get it. I think he'll do it next time. He's going to take. He wants it. Big jump. I think he really wants it. He's got 2 minutes.
And he's going to be trying to take the junior and senior world record away from Szymon Kolecki, the man from Poland who just moved himself into overall silver medal. So this was, what, 2:33 he's going for? Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 kilos short of Kolecki's junior world total. I think this is when you consider that this guy's got a personal best, and this is not in an IWF recognised competition of 226, so 7 kilos up on this. This is a huge ask of himself.
Well, remember though, he's 18 and improving.
233 kilos, and he weighed in today at 93 kilos 26.
Yes, so about 14.5 stone, attempting to lift over 500 pounds. Well, this would be a great finish to this competition, actually, and I think it would be the only world record from the men's.
Well, no, we've had a world record in the clean and jerk the other night, but here we go. No, not to be. Another day, but he is the champion. Last year he took the 85 kilo title, now moves up, takes the junior world title this season at 94 kilos, and unifies by taking the senior 94 kilo title at 392 kilos, and by virtue of lighter body weight takes the championship ahead of Roman Konstantinov of Russia, ahead of, it's very tight, Szymon Kolecki of Poland, with Roman Konstantinov also on 392 in the overall bronze medal position.
What that does mean though is that Kolecki actually did get the gold medal in the clean and jerk.
It did, 219, because Ilin only lifted 217.
So what was the world record?